Welcome back to Untold Pain Stories. My name is Isabella. I am 24 years old and I live in Seattle, Washington. People always told me that I had a beautiful life. I had a loving husband, a peaceful home, a good job. From the outside, my life looked perfect. Everyone believed I was the happiest woman in the world. But nobody knew how quickly life could change. Today, I want to tell you the story that almost destroyed my marriage. It all started on a beautiful Monday morning. I had been feeling tired for several days. At first, I thought it was because of work. My husband Daniel smiled and told me to get some rest. But deep inside, I felt something was different. After work, I stopped at a pharmacy and bought a pregnancy test. When I arrived home, my heart was beating so fast that I could hardly breathe. A few minutes later, I looked at the result. 2 pink lines. I looked again, then again. There was no mistake. I was pregnant. For a few seconds, I couldn't move. Then tears slowly rolled down my face. Not tears of fear, tears of happiness. Daniel and I had dreamed about becoming parents ever since we got married. 2 years ago, we often talked about decorating a baby's room. He always said he wanted a little girl with my smile. I laughed every time he said that. Now our dream was finally coming true. I wanted to call him immediately. My hand reached for my phone, but then I smiled. No, I whispered. I'll surprise him. I went shopping after work. I bought his favorite chocolate cake, a small gift box. Inside the box, I carefully placed the pregnancy test and a tiny pair of white baby shoes. I imagined Daniel opening the box. I imagined the smile on his face. Maybe he would even cry. Just thinking about it made me smile. That evening, Daniel called me. I'm sorry, Isabella. My meeting is taking longer than expected. I'll be home late. It's okay, I replied happily. I'll wait. After ending the call, I started preparing dinner. Outside, heavy rain began to fall. The wind became stronger. Suddenly, someone knocked on the front door. Knock, knock, knock. I wasn't expecting anyone. Carefully, I looked through the window. A young man was standing outside. He looked completely soaked by the rain. When I opened the door a little, he spoke politely. Excuse me, my car broke down. My phone battery is dead. May I please use your phone to call a mechanic? For a moment, I wasn't sure what to do. Then I remembered my mother's words. Always help people when you can. I opened the door. My name is Ethan. I'm Isabella. He thanked me many times. After calling the mechanic, he explained that it would take almost 45 minutes before help arrived. I didn't want him to wait outside in the cold rain. So I invited him to sit in the living room. I made 2 cups of coffee. We talked politely. Nothing more. He told me he had recently moved to Seattle. He worked as an architect. I told him about my publishing job. We laughed about Seattle's unpredictable weather. Exactly 45 minutes later, his mechanic arrived. Before leaving, Ethan smiled. You saved my day. Thank you for your kindness. I smiled. Drive safely. He left. I locked the door. Everything seemed completely normal. I had no idea that someone had secretly been watching us from across the street. Around 11 o'clock, Daniel finally came home. But something was wrong. He didn't smile. He didn't hug me. His face looked serious. Before I could welcome him home, he placed his phone on the dining table. "Who is this man?" I looked down. My heart almost stopped. Someone had secretly taken photographs while Ethan was inside our house. One picture showed him standing near me. Another showed us drinking coffee. Because of the camera angle, the pictures looked completely different from reality. Then I saw several anonymous text messages. "Your wife isn't telling you the truth. She invited another man into your house. You deserve to know." My hands started shaking. "Daniel, you don't understand." He looked at me with pain in his eyes. "Then explain." I told him everything. About the broken car, the phone call, the rain, the mechanic, the coffee, every single detail. He listened quietly. When I finished speaking, he took a deep breath. "I want to believe you, but I don't know what to believe anymore." Those words broke my heart. I wanted to tell him about the baby. I looked at the small gift box on the table. But suddenly, it didn't feel like the right moment anymore. Instead of celebrating the happiest day of our lives, we spent the entire night sitting in silence. The next morning, Daniel left for work without saying goodbye. I stood alone in the kitchen. The gift box was still unopened. Inside it, the pregnancy test, the tiny baby shoes, and the surprise I had dreamed about for weeks. At that moment, I realized something. Sometimes the happiest news can arrive at the most painful time. Little did I know, the worst was still waiting for me. The next morning, I couldn't stop crying. I looked at the small gift box on the table. Inside it was the happiest news of my life. But I no longer knew how to tell Daniel. Around noon, my phone rang. It was my doctor. "Hello, Isabella. Your blood test results are perfect. Congratulations again. Your baby is healthy." I smiled. "Thank you, doctor." After the call ended, I placed my hand gently on my stomach. "I promise," I whispered. "I will protect you." That evening, Daniel came home earlier than usual. He looked tired. He quietly sat across from me. For several minutes, neither of us spoke. Finally, he broke the silence. "I've been thinking all day. I don't want to lose you." I looked into his eyes. "Then please believe me. I have never betrayed you." Just then, Daniel's phone vibrated. Another anonymous message appeared. This time it contained another edited photograph. But something was different. Daniel looked carefully at the picture. Then he zoomed in. He noticed that the timestamp had been altered. The image had been edited. He immediately called one of his friends who worked in digital forensics. The next morning, the expert examined every photo. His answer was clear. "These images have been manipulated. Someone is trying to destroy your marriage." Daniel looked at me with tears in his eyes. "I'm so sorry. I should have trusted you." I held his hand. We both made mistakes. The important thing is that we know the truth now. Then I smiled gently. "I have something to show you." I brought the small gift box from the bedroom. Daniel opened it slowly. Inside, he found the tiny baby shoes. Then he picked up the pregnancy test. For a few seconds he couldn't speak. his eyes filled with tears. Isabella, are you? I nodded. Yes, we're going to be parents. Daniel hugged me tightly. He cried with happiness. I almost let a lie steal the happiest moment of my life. I promise I will never let rumors come between us again. Months passed. Our baby continued to grow healthy. Daniel attended every doctor's appointment with me. He read parenting books. He painted the baby's room himself. Every evening, he placed his hand on my stomach and talked to our baby. When our daughter was finally born, Daniel held her in his arms with tears in his eyes. At that moment, he whispered, "Thank you for giving me a second chance." Today, when I look back, I realize something important. Trust is the strongest part of every relationship. People may spread rumors. Pictures can be edited. Messages can be faked. But honest communication can save a family. If you love someone, listen before you judge. Ask questions before believing strangers. Because one conversation can save years of happiness. My name is Isabella. This is my story. Thank you for listening to Untold Pain Stories. If you enjoyed this English listening story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and continue learning English with us. See you in the next story.